you very much for that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. All protocols duly observed. As a builder, to give you just 10 minutes to recall this, I think it is so much far behind the time that I would have needed to do a thorough analysis of myself and the work I've performed so far as a builder till date. I got into the profession of building by accident. Yes, because during the time of seeking admissions to universities as at that time, my intention is either to go for chemical engineering or to be a pharmacist. First year, looking for admission. Second year, well, I was at the verge of losing interest. I have a very good friend, still my very good friend, at Yaba College of Czech. This year I didn't make friend. I think the companies knows her very much. We've been childhood friends. She was at the College of Tech that time. I said, you are wasting your time. But from College of Tech, why she won Beno? Why the fellow university then? Who will I do at College of Tech? I look at, okay, let me apply for civil engineering. And I did. Admission came out, and so letter for building. My father was enjoying, said, Daddy, I don't think I'm losing admission this year again. Once I was over to come and study building. I don't know what it is, and that has not been my intention. My father said, okay, whatever is going to suit you for life is what Allah will bring before you. Whatever it is, go in for that. I was the last to register at that time at all. I was almost lost the registration period because I was skeptic and waiting for my other admission, whether my other, the one from Ife as pharmacist, the one from Lagos Unilag as to study chemical engineering. So the last day I had to go for the registration in the afternoon. I said, where have you been? No, well, I said, well, no problem. I've been waiting for money from my father, from the money that they have sent to me a long time ago. Then, good enough, I started the profession of building. The first semester, I must be frank with you, my mind was not at what I was doing. And I got my mark. I said, where am I? I need to sit up and face where I found myself. And I have to assure you, from then to today, I start up and I have been up to the task of where I found myself. So that was then. So try and see the way men deals with women in the forefront. It has not been easy. It started during my secondary school day, Lagos City College. It's like a place that you have so many Igbo girls because the law belongs to the late Dr. Asikwe, then the school belongs to him. And in the hierarchy of going into the classes, the A classes used to be from if you are in position of 1 to 20 something, be in A class, from to so God be the glory, I used to be in that A class. And you can always find like 2-3 girls in the class. So I've been facing bullying ever since then. So when I got to College of Tech, we are only 4 in the class of so many boys. The bullying continues. So it wasn't a kind of switch to me. I had cushion effect already. So I was able to face the bullying. And forge ahead, we refused to face distraction. I hope Mrs. Lager should have been here, your classmate, 4 of us then, in the midst of other boys. And I can assure you, the 2 of us then was always between the 1st and the 6th in the class. So this annoys these boys more. That To cut the long story short, we passed out from the school, got into Nigerian Institute of Building, registered there, start to do the professional exam, start to progress. Along the line, got employment into, even from the College of Tech, we got the employment to work with the consulting engineer. Fine. Adejuma and Bishola and partners. When they showed success, well, myself and Mrs. Laja at that time seconded to that company because we were good in structural engineering. The structural engineer will come to us. You better drop your building, come to structural engineering. You are no better off in that line. Our moderator was saying that as a builder, you have to go through all this. Architecture, structural engineering, OS and all that. Babo, your blessed Moro, taught us about casement window. I have to take the quantities and all that. We used to just mess up with that. And we realized that we're losing a lot, then we start off. I want to tell you, the house I'm still living in, I designed it myself. It was my project at Landova College of Technology because the architect, our architectural lecturer said, design your dream house, and that was my project. And it's this dream house that I rebuilt, and we're still in there till today. That has been it in the concept of my studies. And from Adejuma and Bishola partners, I got married. All this will blow from along Shogo Mission to Victoria Island, waking up by 4, joining bus, coming late, and all that. I said, I can't go much about this. My uncle advised I joined Lagos State Development and Property Corporation. I was septic. Later on, I did. When I joined, my first port of call at the HR. By the time I got there, I was told, you're a builder. What, you study building, what do you want to come and do here? I started explaining. To cut the long story short, I was asked to go to estate department. The person in the estate department that time, because in my estate management, because I scored A or something like that, Madam said it would be useful for me, I need somebody to. And it was the heat of the time of the low cost during the Jaconde. The Jaconde is collect houses, hand over to LBIC. They just gave that assignment to me now. How do I do this? So I will start to go all through the houses to ensure that they were built well before we handed over the so much to LBIC. I did that when I was not satisfied. I was just want to be in construction. I want to be actually on site. I was posted to construction sites. I want to tell you from the low cost to medium cost, the divisions of Lagos, I have worked and constructed houses, supervised houses, over 1,000 houses, all over divisions of Lagos State. Name it, during the process of 23 years, before I finally became the head of department and at Lagos State, the same LSDPC. If you start in LSDPC, you are starting on the good news. You are starting from somewhere. You are in built environment professionals, because it's a place to be and to develop yourself. It's really whatever what we faced initially really developed us along the line. And like my colleague said, I faced it in my marriage life. The issue of collecting whatever you have to do, your house, your husband, your work, your here and there, and all that, was enormous for women. But thank God we're able to scale through. At the same time, we're able to go through what we need to go. I have 2 minutes to go. The vital role of women in Nigerian construction industry, the gender inclusiveness is there. You have a role to play. I've mentioned it during my terms of statement. And in view of this building collapse, my monsters, and that's why I'm deeply into building collapse and prevention. That just to say that we don't want collapses. We are fed up of this. It's an insult on our person. It's an insult on our function. It's an insult on the environment. You have the crops of all of us that are there, and we are still expressing building collapses. And I must tell you, and I must let our brother politicians know that majority of this is in their hands and the government. We should just sit down. If we mean business, we will stop losing finances. That's exactly. Any government policies against women? No, there's never been any policy that is against us. It's just within the one works of her and our peer male colleagues. They never wanted us, I must be frank with you, because they feel it kind of somehow, by the time, even as head of department, when someone they are presenting their work and we are trying to correct them, we are trying to see this, so we are on site to see what they have done so far. They've just been meaning because they are not satisfied. And come to the field, hey, there are so many times that I've faced problems with these people that are sitting there. They are not easy to deal with as we see. Yes, I can really testify to that. Ẹjẹ́ ká sọ yẹn ní Yorùbá ká lè gbọ́ dáadáa. Mo ní ẹ̀yin bọ̀dá mi àti bàbá mi tẹ̀ wá ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ rọrùn láti bá lò ní field, especially pẹ̀lú àwọn obìnrin. Màdàmú àti gbọ́ ẹ lọ jókòó, owó náà là ń ṣe. Ìwò ní ẹ̀pọ̀pọ̀ náà kì í ṣe dáadáa ń tiwọn. They are talking to back. And if you don't do it well, keep on going and coming and ensure that you do it well, you get it right. But àti rí ìtọ́sọ fún mi rí pé wá ẹ wo ìsinyìí ń pọ̀ obìnrin bíi ti ń la gbé sílé. Yes, 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 yes. They are there. Àní mo ti rí ìtọ́ wá bá mi, ó fi nílẹ̀, ó fi ọ́fíìsì, ó fi gbogbo ẹlẹ̀, ó wá bá mi lọ́fíìsì. Ẹ wo madam tí yìí ti pọ̀ jù ó sì tẹ́ bá sí wọ́n táwọn ọkùnrin bá wá wò wá wàhálà àwọn òpó tó yìí. Because we are so tenacious and we are so concerned about the aftermath of the handiwork of ourselves. We want to see that whatever we lay our hands on, the aftermath of this is goodness. And whenever we are looking back, today when I look back at the handiwork of what I've done so far, I say, Baba God, I'm grateful because with all it takes, Allah has been so marvelous in my life. There are many other things that we can do to achieve all this. Then please don't let me forget that those of us still there, still active. I've retired for about 17 years now at the age of 50.